How's it going, Gothamites? Welcome to my Gotham Season 5 trailer breakdown, but also a little bit of a breakdown over what we learned at New York Comic Con, because if you didn't know, literally in the past couple of hours from me making this video at this current time, we learned quite a few things. Also, with the Gotham trailer that I'm about to show and I'm about to react to, because I haven't seen it yet, what I am going to do is I'm going to skip the recap stuff. I'm not going to show all of that in the video, but apparently it isn't too much stuff. But not to worry, guys, there is quite some exciting stuff that they did reveal at the panel at New York Comic Con, but I do want to issue a spoiler warning because some of it is a little bit spoilery. Actually, some of it's kind of fairly spoilery, so I'm kind of surprised they dropped some of it, but nevertheless, it is kind of quite a cool tease. But we've got quite a lot of reveals, including like time jumps, how many episodes there are in Gotham. But before I get into that, guys, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new and you want to stay up to date with Gotham, and also give this video a like if you do go ahead and enjoy it. But also, if you want to skip straight to my breakdown of the trailer, check out the top pinned comment. There is literally a timestamp where you can skip it and get straight to the juicy stuff. 2019. Gotham is abandoned. I've heard this is more of a scissor reel. Hello, Echo, and her people, maybe? Is that Mother? Okay. I do have to say, I honestly do have to say that was kind of underwhelming. You guys know I'm a huge Gotham fan, but I'm just gonna say it, like, they could have quite literally have shown more footage, I believe, because they are doing a table read for 508 right now, or 507, but either way, you could argue I don't know, they would have more footage. I don't know what else to say. They have filmed lots of stuff. They could have put more stuff in there. I don't know why they didn't. And honestly, there's not too much for me to say there. But I'm not negating the excitement around it, because there is a lot I've written down in my little notepad there about the stuff they just revealed on the panel. And honestly, the panel was a bit more exciting than that. But either way though, guys, the trailer did show us a couple of bits. For example, we see Riddler in the library. And what we do know about Riddler entering 501 is that he's waking up in kind of strange places, namely a library. He doesn't know what's transpired beforehand in terms of obviously when him and Lee died, and he's actually losing his mind to his alter ego. And yes, I am quoting quite a bit of what Corey Michael Smith said at the New York Comic Con panel. He's actually even wondering in the first episode, is somebody else controlling him, or is it just completely his alter ego that he's lost his mind to? That is exactly where we see him in 501. And anyway, Gotham, when it picks up, is completely kind of what we already know about. Every villain has their own sector. For example, Penguin, we see the next part in the trailer, he's in City Hall and he's actually profiting off the state of Gotham. Like, everyone has to buy ammunition off Oswald. He's just basically profiting off the chaos. He wants to rebuild Gotham in his own image. It's kind of ironic in a way as well, because as we know, he was mayor beforehand, but now this is the perfect opportunity to let stuff like that happen, to mold the city in your shape, for everyone to go through him to get guns, ammunition, and everything like that. So yeah, I couldn't expect any more typicality from Oswald, if that makes sense. And also, by the way, if you're wondering about the insanely juicy stuff, I will get to that in just a second, but I do want to go over a couple more scenes in the trailer first. Now, when I see this character, and I can't really make out exactly where she is. I'm guessing it's a she with this hood up. It reminds me, and I'm pretty sure that this is Echo. She has Echo's hair, Echo's mask. Obviously, what we know from what we've already learned about Echo is that she's essentially going to be Jeremiah's girlfriend. I honestly can't think of anyone else who this could be other than Echo. What we do know about Echo is that she is essentially going to be the proto Harley Quinn, the earliest form of the costume pictures that have come out, which you guys have been asking me to cover, are probably appearing on the screen right now. It's insanely Harley Quinn like. I can't confirm if she's going to be Harley, or, you know, Gotham's canon, and they mention this in the panel as well. It's kind of like, whether you're an extreme traditionalist or not, this show will annoy you. But if you're not, and you're kind of more open to somewhat familiar origins, not necessarily origins being changed, but ultimately characters kind of being familiar where they end up on the show. For example, I don't know, Bane in Gotham will be Bane, but the origin will be somewhat changed, and I'll get to that a little bit later. But same with Jeremiah and Harley, Echo. They could very well be the Joker and Harley Quinn of Gotham. Yes, John Stevens has said before that for example, Jeremiah is just an homage, their tribute. That definitely 100% does resemble the Echo mask that we've had before. But as you can see in the photos as well, from the stunt double on Twitter and stuff like that, and there's a full face photo of Echo in white makeup. It looks like she's trying to resemble Jeremiah, and this is kind of fueling people's theories, is she going to be the one who falls in Ace Chemicals in episode 7, Ace Chemicals. The next few shots are just showing various gangs that are like taking over different sectors of Gotham. What we've learned at the panel is that the kind of stuff we already knew again, as well, I technically didn't know Zaz had his own sector, but that's on top of like Freeze and everyone else, Barbara, Penguin. We even know Ivy's got a sector, and that's been teased in various plant-esque photos of people just stuck in the wall like that. And so yes, this is just more footage of, even we see Barbara going around, and apparently as well, Barbara by the end of the series that has just been revealed will kind of be a hero. Like, she's gone through all of these different transitions, and by the end of the series she will be a hero. So my predictingness there is that it's kind of going with the famous theory of, is the whole Barbara Gordon thing from Jim in the future going to be named after Barbara? I've always loved that theory in the sense of just when you first see it, but would Jim, after everything she's done, really name his daughter after her? Even if she does sacrifice herself for him or doing something, it's possible, but it would be a hard sell. Bottom line, in this show, why would Jim ever name his daughter after somebody who has caused him so much shit over the years? We're just gonna have to wait and see there. But it's extremely interesting knowing that Barbara, by the end of episode 10, will be a hero. And yes, I said episode 10 because low-key kind of drop here in the middle of all of this. John Stevens did say 10 episodes, like quite literally 10. So unfortunately, guys, there's going to be 10 episodes, but David Mazouz did reveal as well that it would be March 15th, like the rumors that have been going around. But then John Stevens clarified later in the panel that that is just rumors, and even told David off for that. I think there's a bit of truth in both of that. I think March 15th is a provisional date, but it might be earlier. I think maybe John Stevens is maybe fighting for it to become a bit earlier for the air/premiere date of season 5. Now, an interesting, very creepy shot here. We all reckon that this is Gotham's like unique version of Mother. What we saw is at the end of season 4, in those villain scenes, that little montage of villains that will be introduced in season 5. This woman here with this creepy ass mask on and a child kind of doing something very messed up on the floor. So Mother and Orphan, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. It looks like it will be a creepy episode, so I can't wait for that. We know Bruce is going to be hanging around the GCPD and Jim for a little bit, so here's a little shot of Jim and Bruce with a cool helicopter scene going throughout like one of the streets of Gotham. But the last shot is just the GCPD, I believe. This is a really cool shot, just firing a load of guns, and I think, there's no way for me to confirm this, that it might be against Bane's people. I'm not sure, but I'll get into the whole Bane stuff in a second, because we have learned so much kind of borderline, I would say, spoilery stuff about Bane and other things, like including the breaking of a back, so stay tuned. So that was the gist of that trailer. There really wasn't anything more to show than that, but honestly, the panel information is more exciting because there is so much that got revealed. So I do want to issue a spoiler warning once again, because there is some spoilers. So as I kind of mentioned earlier, 10 episodes is confirmed, but guess what? As we all predicted, and I've been saying this for quite a while, I think obviously amongst the time jump at the beginning of the show, I thought that there would be a time jump around the end, just so we could get that kind of closure for what these characters in Gotham, like our Bruce, our Alfred, would look like in full Batman days. Now, by all means, I did not think that it would be this much of a time jump. I thought maybe 2 years or something like that. It turns out that episode 10 is going to be a 10-year time jump. How insane is that? And here's the twist. Apparently, it is all episode long. The duration of episode 10 is going to be 10 years into the future, which is absolutely insane. Now, I can't go over this too much in this video because there's so much to get through. I will be making more videos around these topics, but like, for example, will that mean that there'll be a double for Bruce? Does this mean they're going to somehow age him up and give him more like armor kind of thing? Like, there's so many questions. But there was some very interesting stuff that Selena said. We did know that she's going to be very different this season, and Cameron Bickendova did say that at the beginning, well, the Selena that we've known from season 1 to 4 is completely out of the window, and she said that she attempts to end her life in a way, and then later clarified that, one of the scenes that they, what was one of the most challenging or something scenes that you've had to do, and as she said, that was her suicide attempt in season 5, and that would be at the beginning of episode 1, and that she's become this insanely kind of lonely, depressed woman, and that even Bruce is going to be doing or trying his best to try and make Selena come out of that, and we'll have to do something questionable, and we just have to stay tuned. And that's when David did say the March 15th thing, but as we all know, that kind of got backtracked. I think that this is going to be heavily because of maybe she will be wheelchair bound and she'll have to come out of it, or just because getting shot by somebody like Jeremiah Valeska is going to be a very traumatic experience. But take this as you will, guys. I would love to know what you think of this as well. I don't really have too much more to say on it other than it's going to be a really dramatic thing for us to experience whilst we're watching this show. But also, I am interested to see what Bruce is going to have to do to try and make Selena come out of it. I don't really know what they meant there, but it's definitely intrigued me. Now, when asked about the rumors about Jeremiah might have a girlfriend, John Stevens did say that their relationship will be a bit unhealthy, which what I kind of mentioned earlier when I showed the Echo photos, / Echo Harley Quinn photos. But yeah, he did say that she likes roller skates, and we did show those the other day in like the actress actually preparing for her role by actually going around her apartment or something in roller skates. So I just don't know what they're gonna do, man. Like, are they actually gonna make her are they actually gonna do their own canon and sweep that inspiration under the rug and make Jeremiah and Echo the Joker and Harley? Because if they do, that would be like the biggest, I don't know, John Stevens stating that he's not the Joker, like quite literally saying he's not the Joker, and then like in season 5 making that the case. Now, this is some very incredibly interesting stuff about Bane, guys. We got a couple of confirmations and some interesting stuff in relation to how they said they kept asking for Bane in terms of permission to use it again and again and again and again, and eventually when asking so much, they actually gave way, and they said it's something they've always wanted to do, and that is true. In season 1, we had like the prototype to Venom, which was Viper, and then this is where I mentioned earlier in terms of how Corey, and they were kind of talking and dancing around the similar subject of how, if you're a traditionalist and you want this certain canon comic book background of certain characters, Gotham kind of switched it up that way, which is why I made a video why Bane wouldn't work in Gotham. And John Stevens spoke about how Bane on this show will get to the point of the Bane we know, but the background, like the origin will be similar, but it will be Gotham's version. And that makes sense. So it's like, why Bane wouldn't work in Gotham, in my opinion? Well, it's because it's not that version of Bane in terms of the origin. So when an audience member asked, since we're getting King Snake or like blah, 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 this, because the rumors were at the time when Shane West got cast as Eduardo Dorrance, was like, shit, is this actually Bane? Or like, in the show, or is it actually going to be King Snake? Or are they doing both of them and we're just going to see King Snake go away and then Bane teased in Peniadura, the prison he was in? But he did say that we're not getting King Snake and that Shane West is Bane. So like, you could say that was obvious, but I completely disagree with that because, they honestly could have done the origin in terms of Bane's father, Bane's mother, and Bane was still in prison, or like we get to see that happen, so it's teased for the future of Gotham. And talking about traditional canon, it is traditional that Bane breaks the bat, like he breaks his back. But guess who's getting his back broken this year? None other than Alfred is going to be wondering and have an encounter with Eduardo Dorrance, the early Bane, until we get the Bane in episode 8 or 9, I think. I Am Bane, that is what the episode's called. Will it break the Alfred? I don't know. Will the time jump fix that? I'm not sure. I can't imagine that Alfred is going to be wheelchair bound, so don't worry about that, because they did talk about how, and I love this as well, I'm kind of like, going off subject here, but, what we see Alfred, like this season is, he's always trained Bruce, educated Bruce, and this is something I've loved about Alfred myself. He's my favorite live action Alfred. He's always been more of a physical Alfred and hands-on, like pure badass. But this season, he's becoming Alfred we know, in the sense of Bruce will be going out, for example, and Alfred won't try to stop him, but you kind of see Bruce kind of want Alfred to kind of stop him, but he just lets him go. So Alfred is just going to be there, left behind kind of thing, just for if Bruce needs him. And that is the kind of Alfred we know in the comics. That is the main gist of all the spoilers. Now, the biggest thing for me is that 10-year time jump in episode 10. Do you think that they're going to recast David Mazouz? I mean, to me, it is insanely likely that that is a possibility, just because, we're talking about a 28-year-old version of David Mazouz. Now, if they do try to age him up, you're just inevitably going to make some people question the, you know, being engrossed. Like, do you believe that this guy's, you know, engrossed in the episode? So, you know, at the end of the day, logic dictates that it would be a recasting, but my gut kind of tells me, would they really do this to the family that is Cameron Bickendova, David Mazouz's Bruce Wayne? Because those guys would probably need to be recast, but everyone else, like Ben McKenzie and stuff, Alfred, could just easily get mustache and whatnot. But we just have to wait and see. But either way, I think people are going to be unhappy with the recasting, and people are going to be unhappy with a potentially unbelievable 28-year-old Bruce Wayne Batman. But we're going to have to wait and see, guys. But that is the video. So if you did enjoy it, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe for more videos like this and updates on Gotham, whether it's coming out freaking March or not. There's going to be reviews and more updates to come. Of course, I would love to know everything you thought about everything in the comments down below. Let me know what videos you would like to see from me based off this new information as well, because there is a Q&A coming out very soon, probably next week. But other than that, just ideas in the comment section down below. But thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you Gothamites in the next video. Goodbye.